in her side of business. Now we want to move to women in business. Now when we are looking at, it's all about diversity through modeling management agencies in Africa. And today, Aworo Dongo extracts some tips of running a business that represents fashion models to work for the fashion industry. Take a look.
Management agencies that some of our amazing models get to grace the global platforms of haute couture, editorial magazines, or even some amazing television commercials. This week on Women in Business, we have a special for you. We are talking to a woman who does just that in Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, and the UK.
Business modeling is basically scouting young girls or boys and then putting them in the international sphere. But before then, it entails a lot of things like training. When you just scout some of them, you know, they really don't have enough money. But we end with the agency. I know for us, we end up spending the money to take care of them, do their visas, do their passport, and take them to Europe.
Africa is definitely a hub for beauty because we see African models throughout the global platforms. How do you start and run a modeling management business here in Africa?
For those ones starting off, you can be a scout. And you probably get about 5 models. Or I have some scouts, my scouts that are doing extremely very well. I have a scout that has just completed his building. I have a scout that I have so many scouts, like 5, 6 scouts, and they're doing very well. So for me, you start as a scout, then eventually graduate into owning your agency because you now have enough money to have an office, have your own scout that will be, working for you. But the biggest problem that we're facing in terms of the modeling industry is that we have Africa is still not as big as we ought to have it. But I think we are on the right direction.
Your modeling agency draws talents from various parts of Africa and even from refugee camps. What's the importance of versatility and what does it contribute to the diversity of Africa? African
models have become major, okay? We'll scout from everywhere in Africa. We scout from South Sudan, we scout from Kakuma refugee camp, we scout from Nigeria, Rwanda, so many other African, Uganda, of course Juba, I've mentioned South Sudan. And for us, the most important thing about scouting, the versatility, the South Sudanese girls look different. Nigeria has the look of South Sudan, the look of everybody from all over Africa. We can see an Ethiopian in Nigeria. You can see a Kenyan in Nigeria. So when you see a model from Nigeria, you might even think that model is from Kenya or from somewhere. So we have all types of models, in Nigeria because of the ethnic background that we all come from. Then if you see a model from Rwanda, for example, they look like a model from Burundi because they're all ethnic, from the same ethnic group. Then you have models from Kenya. The ones from what they call like Ajuma, for example. Okay, you see her, you probably think, oh, Ajuma, is she South Sudanese? Is she, So and then you have the Kovi kind of girls, also from Kenya. So for us is you can see all kinds of girls from the continent of Africa. That is why Africa is so, African girls are so versatile. The boys also, you see a boy from Nigeria, you see a boy from Rwanda, Rwanda, South Sudan, Africa. You can get all kinds and manner of models out of the continent.
You are Nigerian, but you work with the different people from various parts of Africa. Of course, now you're in Kenya, but you're also in South Africa, you're also in the UK. So this means that there's a lot of networking that goes on in the business. What's the importance of networks to this business?
If you don't have good network, you can make it in this business. And if you also have good network, it draws a lot of attention, because I have gotten into a situation where a lot of people really can't stand me because of the success story. Okay, we've taken models out of the continent of Africa, and they've become major and they've become very successful. And that has also attracted a lot of, what would I say? A lot of people, being negative towards some of the things that I do, and but we've been able to change lives. That for me is very important.
Please tell us how in Africa the business of fashion and beauty is doing so far, and also if you want to tap into this industry, how can you compete and win?
It has been a success story. All of a sudden, the modeling agencies in Africa are beginning to showcase major talents. All of a sudden, modeling agencies in Africa are, booking models for all the top shows, very big shows, campaign. So, and in the past 5 years, it's become a success story that African agencies are placing models internationally. There was a time that you go to a fashion show, you'll see just one black model, and the rest of the models are not doing. But right now, you go to a fashion show, you see so many black models. This business is not trial and error anymore, and this business is not all. It's not all about sentiment. I have used sentiment in the past. Someone is not up to the standard, but I think I'll be able to change that person to be up to standard, and in the end, I end up getting hurt. So the most important thing is you make sure that this person, when presented, will become a global sensation. And once you don't add sentiment to it and make it a pure business, then you're good to go. It is when you begin to add sentiment to the whole thing, that is when you get yourself into trouble. Once you're backed by good heart, by God, there's nothing anyone can do that can bring you down. That's it. Play fair. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, with that, we've come to the end of this edition of Business Today. My name is Kelvin Nyakundi.